Many of you asked me to comment on the impact of the Google City cancellation. So Google affiliate Sidewalk Labs announced its cancellation of the Smart City project at the East Waterfront in downtown Toronto. The official reason was due to unprecedented economic uncertainty around the world and in Toronto's real estate markets. It has become too difficult to make the 12-acre project financially viable. Does that mean Google is losing confidence in the Toronto real estate market? Let me share with you the storyline of Toronto's City of Tomorrow. Number 1. The vision. Sidewalk Labs is a company that imagines, designs, tests, and builds urban innovations to help cities meet their biggest challenges. And Toronto would be its first city of the future. Here are some of the crazy ideas. The buildings are up to 30 stories tall, would all be built from timber, which is a type of wood, instead of concrete and steel. All garbage and deliveries in the city would be handled by robots, and they would be using a network of underground tunnels, so you won't even see them on the street. The most ambitious idea may be pushing everything outside, even in their negative 30 degrees Celsius winters. Building raincoats were proposed to protect sidewalks from wind, rain, sun, and snow, and there would be heated sidewalks and bike lanes. So you would be able to enjoy outdoor coffee shops and farmers markets all year round. Of course, wireless 5G internet everywhere, driverless cars, and solar power would be basics. Number 2. The proposal. The promotion, consultation, and planning took about 2 years. And finally, Sidewalk Labs released a 1,500-page proposal for the Smart City in June 2019. The proposal called for 190 acres of the eastern waterfront to be turned into an ideal district. The revitalization of the whole eastern waterfront is administered by Waterfront Toronto, a tri-government body with the City of Toronto, Province of Ontario, and the Government of Canada. Let's take a look at the map. The dotted line is showing the 190-acre ideal district that Sidewalk Labs wanted to develop. Sidewalk Labs would start at the quayside, a 12-acre piece of land. It would be the lead real estate developer to prove out its innovations before taking them to broader areas. Number 3. The controversy. The city is called a smart city, so everything is automatic. In order to gain that wisdom, data collecting sensors would be integrated into its buildings, vehicles, sidewalks, and streets. In other words, it tracks your every single move. So it knows when the car should arrive for you, when to deliver your food, and so on. That's why people are very concerned about data collection and privacy issues. Some people were upset about Canada being Google's lab rat for testing out ideas and new technologies. You see, the development plan was both very ambitious and controversial. Number 4. The scale back. Diamond, the chair of the board of Waterfront Toronto, admitted that there was a risk proceeding with the 190-acre proposal. After all, Sidewalk Labs is a new company with a limited track record. Our perspective is in light of the untested technology proposed and the risk of implementation. We believe there should first be a degree of acceptance and success achieved at Quayside before moving forward, Diamond said. In other words, is this something that's going to work? Before we commit to using the same practices and procedures over 190 acres of land, he added. He also had issues with Sidewalk Labs being the lead developer. Waterfront Toronto should lead a competitive and public selection process for a developer to partner with Sidewalk Labs. So, Diamond proposed to limit the Smart City scope to Quayside only, just a small 12-acre piece of land. Sidewalk Labs had argued that for its innovations to achieve their maximum potential and be financially feasible, the company needs a much larger scale like the proposed 190 acre. But in October 2019, Sidewalk Labs and Waterfront Toronto came to an agreement to limit the project scope to the 12-acre Quayside only. Sidewalk Labs also agreed to a few other compromises, including not being the lead developer. The deadline for Waterfront Toronto to make a decision on moving forward with Quayside project would be June 25th, 2020. That's the end of next month. Number 5, the cancellation. Prior to the final approval date, Sidewalk Labs decided to walk away from the Quayside project. Whatever the true reason may be, the impact would be very small because we are only talking about 12 acres of land. The majority of waterfront was not intended as part of the futuristic smart city anyway. To put things into perspective, Regent Park is 69 acres and City Place is 44 acres in size. So the 12-acre Quayside is really only a quarter of the size of City Place. It can easily be taken over by a reputable developer in Toronto. Indeed, as Doug Ford said, I look at it as, now, an opportunity for other people to do something spectacular on the Toronto waterfront. John Tory also said that he will be pushing Waterfront Toronto to make sure the new Quayside that emerges will create new jobs and economic development opportunities. Besides, even though Sidewalk Labs is walking away from the Quayside project, both Sidewalk Labs and Google are still keeping their offices in Toronto. So, I definitely see the project cancellation as a tremendous new opportunity to develop the site. I share my opinions and news on the market every single week. If you want to stay on top of the market, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell now.